Black women, in my opinion, simply change the game. I'm sure y'all agree. Name any classic reality television show and there's an iconic Black female voice attached to it, right? 3 of them being right here with me today. Each of you have stepped foot into the reality television or at different times. And Eva, much of the world was introduced to you back in, I think it was 2004, when you started on America's Next Top Model. Lauren Ashley Beck, you starred on the 39th season of Survivor, Island of the Idols, I believe it was. And Dr. Jackie, you made your reality television debut in 2013. And look at you now. You and the ladies still going very strong, might I add. 10 years later, 10 seasons. Let's start out with a broad net. What does being a Black reality star mean to each of you? Eva, I'm going to start with you.
So for me, I must say, and it's so great that this is Black History Month, because what Tyra Banks did with America's Next Top Model, we shot it in 2003, at the top of 2003, but reality television wasn't even a genre. It was not called reality television. It was called a competition docuseries. So you had your competition shows, but this time, Tyra and Benny Medina put a spin on it, and they had us in a home together, a lot of like Real World meets Survivor. So we're trying to vie for something, and we all live together. Tyra created something that was just true to her heart, and I think that is really what reality television is. No matter what facet of entertainment you're in or what it is you want to do or be or conquer in life, you catch it in real time with real people, put in real situations that you can't edit. You know, the best editors in the world can't edit what happens on reality TV. It is truth at its finest.
And I'm going to say to Eva, because I remember watching, and I was so amazed when I really met you, watching Eva come in as probably one of the shortest and smallest models, walk on that stage and owned it like she was 6 feet tall with the confidence. I was so impressed with, like, she's representing the short girls. Mm-hmm. But to see you come in and take control, like, oh, this is mine, I own this, what was just, it brought about a confidence in short girls saying, I can do this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was so excited to see you do that and to win. You know, I'm always an Eva fan.
I would have to agree with that statement as well, Eva. Watching you growing up made me feel like I had a space to be on reality TV. And like she said, to see you win was so beautiful. Your win was a win for all of us, even though I don't model.
But you can if you wanted to, because you're drop dead gorgeous. Yes. That means everything to me, because I think what we do as entertainers or as doctors, you know, I don't know if people know, but Dr. Jackie is my OB. She delivered 2 of my 3 children, and she shares her life and her practice with the world, but she's actually my doctor, and so many women I know have relied on her in our hardest moments. The closest thing you'll get to death is childbirth. Yeah. And Dr. Jackie was there for me every single step of the way. And what you do on reality television, showing the world that there are people like you that exist, amazingly educated Black women that are not out here just getting to the bag, but giving back, representing, and making sure that my births go well. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I said, thank you, Eva. And you were probably one of the easiest celebrity patients I've had. So thank you so much for making it easy. But you are so right, because we're seeing it now. Black women are dying 3 to 5 times more than anybody else. So with childbirth is vitally important. But for reality TV, guys, I was invited on reality TV, and I thought I was going to be a mentor. I thought I was just going to walk on and it was going to be simple, and I would give this voice of wisdom to everybody and everybody would listen. Well, little did I know the reality of being in the same space with women with strong personalities who did not want to hear anything I had to say was a challenge in itself. But what I say about reality TV is we bring real transparency. Like, we use our lives as teaching tools. And sometimes it's just to tell the world this is what to do. But oftentimes we say, don't do this, because we did it and it went wrong. So in that reality space, we're giving of ourselves and sharing things. Some things I didn't want to share, but it was shared. But we use our lives as teaching tools.
Did you ever think that by simply existing in that reality television space, that you'd one day have this privilege or bear the burden of, whichever way you look at it, of representing your race? That means everything that comes with it. Avoiding having that stigma of being an angry Black woman, avoiding that stigma of being sassy, making sure that you champion our issues whenever you get the chance.
No, not for me. I really thought this was going to be simple. And like Eva knows, I'm going to talk to you and I'm going to teach and I'm going to explain. And I want you to make sure in all you're getting, you get an understanding, and a journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with one step. I thought I was just walking into being a doctor. I never knew that being a doctor on reality TV came with all of the extra color and flavor and sass that it comes with, but it is definitely not a burden. If I can use my life to impact other women, especially Black women, then it's my calling, it's my purpose. I let all my pain become a purpose, and all my misery becomes my ministry, and struggles make me strong. So I have taken this platform and I'm like, it is part of my calling, and I absolutely enjoy it and look forward to it every season.
Yeah. Lauren, Ashley, how quickly did you start realizing that there was some scrutiny where people, in a way, saw you as one of the very few Blacks on the show, and you wore that hat and you championed us on the show? How quickly did you realize it's not just me? I am, the Black person on my season?
Fran, historically with Survivor, Black people are voted off first. Black people are labeled as lazy or pegged or pinned as the stereotypical angry Black woman. And so for me, it was different. I did walk into this experience knowing that I was going to be sort of championing this space for Black women. I wouldn't say that it's a burden. It's a privilege, because I feel like I was able to tell not only my story, but so many young Black women that weren't otherwise represented on that show.
For me, I remember the night that I won America's Next Top Model. It was 20 years ago, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in awe of the fact that it was me. And so I remember going back to my hotel room after I won, and I was sitting in there, and it was just a feeling I can't even explain. And Tyra came to my room, and she was dressed down. She had on fatigues and her makeup was off. And she hugged me and she said, "You did it." And I just started crying, and I asked her, why? Why me? And she said, "Why not?" I said, "But no, seriously, why me?" Every single one of these women were beautiful. Every single one of them are what a model is supposed to be. I am the one thing that a model is not supposed to be. I am the one odd, why me? And she said, "Honestly, Eva, because you are relatable." And that stuck with me my entire career. As I choose my jobs, what I decide to represent as an actor, what roles I take and don't take, I definitely wear the crown, and it's not a burden. It is a pleasure. It is a delight as a mother, as a sister, to know that when I walk around with not just my stripes, but I walk around with my sister's stripes. And I walk around in those rooms that they'll never enter in. You know what I mean? I'm in those spaces they'll never be. And I know I represent a truth that won't be told unless someone like me tells it. So I definitely feel the responsibility, and I love it. I do.
And what we love about Eva, she's so transparent. I mean, there's no fake anything about Eva. She just comes in, girl, hair messed up today. Come on, who you dress. It's just, she is just so, and that's what I like about Black women on reality TV. We're not trying to give you a fake story. And I tell most people, go to your family reunion and you can find everybody on Married to Medicine at your family reunion. And so we just bring it and we're giving you who we are, and we're
because as Black women, we're not a monolith. And I think a lot of times on television, when you would see Black women, if you're a lawyer, then you have to be this one way. And
Yeah.
if you're day laborer, you have to be this one way. But if you think about it, as Black women, when we look at our parents were never just one way. When we went into the church house, we were one way. When mama was on the phone, when the job called, she answered the phone one way. When it was time to host dinners at the house with the family, she was one way. When it was time to vote, the way she would rally the community. So we've never been just one thing. And reality TV, it shows the diversity of the Black family and the Black woman.
Many people would say that Black women are the trendsetters in reality television, and they're not often, though, given the credit deserved. Would you all agree with that?
I don't think that Black women get the credit they deserve across the board. But when it comes to reality television, I think if you just look with that microscopic glass, look at people's faces, look at their bodies, look at the way they dress, it's looking a lot like us. So if you tell the truth and say that we are the culture and we love the way you look, and so we want to look like you, that's fine. But most of them don't. You just see it when the same cornrows we weren't able to wear before the Crown Act was passed were considered boxer braids when a Kardashian wore it. You know what I mean? The fact that we are the culture is very, very obvious. But I think it's up to us to recognize it and to have more pride in the fact that we are the culture. I mean, look at the new movie that Jonah Hill just did with Kenya Barris. I think it was amazing with Lauren London. Because at the end of the day, you can be a Jewish man from any part of the world. You can be a Black guy from any part of the world. Pop culture will resonate all the way through. And pop culture is Black culture.